Hi class, I'm Jamie Batch, your instructor for Bio 203, and I just wanted to show you your course layout of this Blackboard area in case you have not taken a Blackboard course before. So you can just follow along with me or just watch what I do so that you can see where everything is and how everything's laid out. I tried to lay it out as easiest as possible so that you can get the best and most efficient way of learning. So when you first log into the course, you'll see any announcements. They'll pop up in this area. There will be some welcome announcements and things like that. I communicate through announcements very often. You should expect to get 3 to 4 announcements per week from me throughout the semester. They'll die down towards the end of the semester because there won't be as much for me to remind you about. But it's very important that you pay attention to those course announcements. In the Getting Started tab, there's a document which has everything that you see here included in the Getting Started, just overall expectations, how to contact me, and the basics of what to do each week. There's also a document on here about the difference between learning online versus learning in lab, and I think that you should pay attention to that document because a lot of students think that the course doesn't actually start until they come to lab, and then you find out, oh my gosh, I should have been doing all of this week instead. So please make sure that you follow along. The syllabus is in the syllabus link. It's right there. I would print that out. That way you have it as a reference. And instructor information is here. I made a little introduction video as well as just a brief overview about me. Now, I do these videos very often, and I try to make them YouTube links so that you can go back and access them if you need to. I use my YouTube channel for a variety of reasons. I teach like 4 different classes. I have a business that I run through the YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you are specific when you're searching for my YouTube videos. There's also the content folder, and there you see one of my videos. The introduction to the content folder every week. This is where you come for all of your work. When Unit 1 is over, the Unit 2 content folder will appear. In the Unit 1 content folder, there's a checklist. This checklist is a Word document. It's date sensitive, so it tells you exactly what you need to do by which date, kind of like the syllabus. And then our weekly folders are here for you as well. And this first weekly folder, it looks overwhelming because there's 3 chapters, but 2 of the chapters are review. So you'll see all 3 chapter objectives here for you, the chapter reading guides, the chapter lecture notes, a link to the Mastering website, which is where some of your graded assignments will be, so make sure you have access to masteringamp.com. And link to our discussion. This is just our introductory discussion right here. Any recorded lectures and PowerPoints that I have, and I do have some up there right now for you to access. The week 1 discussion, this is where you can post any questions about the chapters for the week, any of the review material, any introductory course questions. I prefer for you to post questions to the discussion page than to email me, because more than likely if you have the question, so do 2 or 3 of your classmates, and it's much more efficient for all of us if you post the question to the discussion page so we all can see and we all can learn together, instead of 5 of you emailing me separate and then I have to reply to 5 separate emails with the same response. So it's just another time-saving mechanism for you as well as for me. So if you keep it on there, we can all learn together. And then the weekly quizzes are here too. This week you have 3 weekly quizzes. You see I have a video there describing the quizzes. I gotta love those screen grabs that they make of my face. Sorry about that. But the weekly quiz is right there, and you'll see when you click on the weekly quiz, it tells you there is a time limit. It tells you that it'll automatically be saved, and then as soon as you click begin, that is when your test begins. So just make sure you're familiar with that process. Back to the left side menu, there's also the link to the Mastering website. And when you go to masteringamp.com for the first time, you'll have to register with your textbook. There's a code in the syllabus, and there's a code that came with your textbook package. If you do not have a code with your textbook package, maybe you bought it used or you're using someone else's book from a different semester, you will have to purchase access. You cannot share access because there are graded assignments associated with the Mastering website that you'll have to do. So you'll have to contact the publisher. I have the contact information in the syllabus and the Getting Started guide so that you can purchase that. I think it's $40 or $50 for access to the Mastering website. There's a link here for any lab work. I have our introductory lab stuff up there, and I'll be posting things to the lab folder as we move throughout the course. Link to our weekly assignments, they're all here. And then again, I have a video there. All my videos, I try to keep them as brief as possible, except the lectures. It's just a quick overview video of what to expect in the case studies that are assigned weekly. The link, another link to all of the assessments so that you can access those easily. And then a link to Blackboard Messages. This is kind of like just little personal emails, and it doesn't not link to your email account. It's just sent through Blackboard. So I will send messages out through this, and you can send messages through me as well. Just a note about email. You should be emailing me from your Harvard email account, your Mail account, not your personal email account. And when you do email me, please make sure that you say which course you're taking and include your full name, because I'm teaching 5 different classes this semester. And so I won't necessarily know off the top of my head which course you're referring to. And you might not be the only person with your same first name. So please make sure you do that. Just a little bit of netiquette. There's a link to the virtual classroom here where we can meet as a class or as a study group, and I can draw things on the whiteboard for you to review topics. There's also the chat room if I wanted to do office hours online one week, which I may have to do depending on my schedule. Your gradebook is here also. This is where all of your grades will be popping up as we go throughout the course. And then finally, a link for study skills help. I have some links in here that we'll be working through for the first few weeks of course. So I hope this was a little helpful video for you to get the basic layouts of the course. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to an amazing semester. See ya.